showed you a minute ago, Department of Labor and a democratic socialist that is now teaching our kids and indoctrinating our kids. Birthday party, hers, 80 years old. Van Jones is there. Hilda Solis from the Department of Labor is there. Barack Obama does a birthday message for her. She's saying Republicans hate Hispanics. She is telling our children that Hugo Chavez is the cat's meow, and I'm the crazy one. Now let me give you this story. The feds filed another lawsuit against Arizona on Monday, saying the network of community colleges acted illegally in requiring non-citizens to provide their green cards before they could be hired for jobs. So in other words, it's illegal, I guess, to make sure that people are here legally before hiring them. By the way, the same law says if you hire an illegal, it's illegal. Could it be any more insane than it already is? The answer is yes. In another story off the Blaze today, the University of California, San Diego. A group of employees are working to give GPS phones with explicit poetry to help aliens with their border coordinates as they cross. These cell phones help immigrants find water stations while passing through remote areas of the desert. And the really great thing about this, their plan for America, well, I don't want to spoil it. I'm going to let one of the project's researchers and a lecturer at the University of California, San Diego, explain the plan for America.
I think the way to fix the country is to dissolve it. We could either give all the land back to the indigenous people that we stole it from, or we could just wait for the economic collapse and build community-based alternatives and infrastructures to replace the current system.
Remember when I told you they were building structures and that they would wait for the collapse and then they would just turn the key and the engine would start? Remember when I told you the stocks and the bonds and the real estate and the treasuries, it makes no sense what our government is doing? Cloward and Piven through the doorway of insanity. Well, at least this guy has a few options. I mean, you wouldn't want to eliminate our right to choose, huh? Listen, I want to play now one of his buddies. This is actually the professor at the University of California, Ricardo Dominguez. He shares his thoughts on U.S. sovereignty. Here it is.
The question is to move the kind of anchor of civil disobedience within the kind of over-fetishized notion of a single sovereignty of a nation, but to look at a larger trans society that is emerging.
All right.
That also should have a kind of global rights.
Global rights, a trans-border migrant tool, which is, here is the plan.
The tool consists of an inexpensive cell phone with a global positioning satellite chip, a GPS chip, and a custom piece of software, which accesses the phone's ability to receive GPS information without needing to send out data, which may allow the user to be located and without needing phone service.
Okay, so Professor Dominguez, who heads up the project, says his efforts were celebrated at the university.
When I earned tenure, in part based on this project, it was given awards. It was, performed as a legitimate condition of research.
Okay. When asked how the genius plan for his tool was paid for, Dominguez reportedly said less than $10,000 in your taxpayer money in grants had been used. So here we have a professor and a lecturer from the same college advocating the destruction of the United States as we know it, receiving tax dollars to fund a plan to aid illegals sneaking across the border. They believe in the destruction of the United States of America, and they're being awarded tenure for those efforts. Here's an idea, America. Wake the hell up. How about starting making the cuts that we have to make to save our country to the federal budget by not funding people who say the best way to help America is to collapse America? What kind of country, what kind of citizens sit on their butts and fund their own demise? How do they think that they're going to be able to support illegal aliens and their families from all over the world once the country collapses economically? Isn't there something wrong with this picture for progressives? Here we have 2 college employees luring poor, innocent, unsuspecting people across the border with a promise of jobs, only to have those jobs go away when the United States collapse or when we give the country back to whoever it is we stole it from. Will the new bosses keep all the old employees on, or what's going to happen there? Will there be any businesses left at that point? If this doesn't make you crazy over the border nightmare, and these last 2 stories don't show you what the heck our country is doing with stocks, bonds, real estate, treasuries, and Cloward and Piven intentionally collapse the system. If that doesn't drive you crazy, let me just ask you this. How do you feel about these fantastic professors teaching our children in a major university? Did your kid go to college this week? Mine did. My kid's going to a college where they have lectures against me. And I'm somehow or another still paying for that education. The quality education these men and women offer American youth seems virtually unlimited. Oh, no, it's nothing. It's nothing. We must do the job of teaching our children. Our children are being submerged in the filth of communism, submerged in the filth of lies. There's more. If you need it, it's next. Let me give you the rest of this story. The U.S. government files another immigration policy against Arizona, another lawsuit. A few employees at the University of California, San Diego, are openly, and with the help of your hard-earned dollars, aiding illegal aliens with GPS cell phones. 2 of the project developers, one is a lecturer and the other one is a professor, are open. They talk openly about wanting the total collapse of the United States. That alone should make you feel pretty comfortable having them in our university system, and they're not alone. But there's even more. In an effort to help the illegal aliens get a real sense for, you ready for this? American hospitality. Well, I don't want to blow it for the professor. Here's Professor Dominguez. I'll let him explain how the phone helps welcome them with American hospitality.
It is a tool that not only allows a sort of safety, but also creates kind of this deeply poetic centering of hospitality. In a certain sense, we think of it as almost like the Statue of Liberty that one carries along as one walks.
So they've got their GPS cell phones paid for with your tax dollars coming in across the border at night illegally. And it's like the Statue of Liberty that they're holding. Yes, yes, yes. Yes, as the illegals are trudging 80 miles across the Arizona desert in 125-degree heat without water or sunblock, often carrying their small children on their backs, at least they'll have the welcoming hospitality of the Statue of Liberty, you ready? Giving them poetry. Listen to this.
This bridge called my back, my heart, my head, my tunnel vision, you are crossing into me.
Oh. That is so beautiful. This family must be proud. I mean, who needs water? You know, when their souls will be drenched in life-refreshing dew of poetry like that. Oh, we are in good hands, aren't we? America, this is madness, and you know it. Common sense says we must turn the money off on this project and others like it. You can teach whatever you want, but not with damn tax dollars. I would also tell you that I think these people should be fired. But you can't. Tenure, you know. Let me ask you, there was a time not too long ago in this country that we used to walk through walls of fire to make sure we weren't funding Hamas or Hezbollah. I have news for you. There are a lot of universities that are just as dangerous with indoctrination of our children as these terror groups are in Iran or North Korea. With the poll numbers continuing to slide for the new health care bill, our Health and Human Services Secretary, Kathleen Sebelius, just said, and I quote, we need a re-education process on health care. Oh, well, how very Kim Jong-il of you. Or dare I say it, Mao is the in one now, isn't he? Re-education. America, while you have been working hard, while you have been busting your butt, while you have thought that we all generally agree on things, We have been setting up re-education camps. We call them universities. Back in a minute.